Welcome to the Libra Lounge with Keisha podcast. I'm your host, Keisha. I've got producer James in the studio.
Hey.
And we're just sitting here living life. Last week, I turned 45.
Woo.
50 is whispering in my ear.
45 and fine.
Yeah, let him tell it. But speaking of 45 and fine, producer James took me out to a nice dinner and a play for my birthday.
Yeah.
We went to this really nice, fancy restaurant, and we had this really cool waiter, like really, really nice waiter. And, I was dressed in an it was either cheetah print or leopard print. I can't remember which cat.
It was some cat.
It was some
feline.
cat. And, I had on red lipstick and red
Harlot
shoes. Harlot.
Harlot red.
But I engaged in no harlot activities that
None.
evening, right? None at
Absolutely
all.
none.
I came home like my dogs are barking and I'm old and tired. So we're, chilling at the restaurant, having conversations on and off with the waiter, as you do, unless you're one of those people who think that wait staff is beneath you. We're not those kind of folk. So at some point during the conversation, I said something about, my husband really liked this. And the waiter responded with, oh, so that's your husband?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. It's like, he's been my husband for 10 years. That's what the court records say, at least. He's like, oh, okay. And so James took it upon himself. I'm the type of person, I don't ask a question if I think I might not like the answer. I'm just going to go ahead with whatever it is I believe in my head. That's the way that it is.
That's good enough.
I'm not risky with questions. First of all, I don't really give a fuck what the other person thinks. And second of all, there's always an opportunity that you're going to get your motherfucking feelings hurt, which producer James did.
Yeah, you don't want to take that risk of reality sometimes.
No. I think he wished he had gone back and just said, thanks.
Yeah.
That's it. Here's your tip. Now, mind you, we'd already tipped the guy. So he really could say whatever the fuck he wanted to, right?
Oh, yeah. We ate, we paid, we tipped. We
were
effectively done.
Yes. So James was like, well,
what'd you think we were?
What'd you think we were? And at first, the guy tried to play it safe, okay? He really tried to play it safe. He was like, oh, I don't know, maybe you guys were coworkers. I'm like, well, where the fuck we work at? Because I'm in this cheetah print dress. Where are we working at? And he goes, well, actually, I kind of thought you guys were on an app date.
Ugh.
And I was just like, what? Yeah, he thought we were on like a app date. This was like our first date.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. Like, we didn't ask him which app, right? We didn't ask him if it was like Match.com or Tinder or something like that.
Yeah, the guy was in shock that we were married. I'm not sure why, but he high-fived James and told him, nice job, okay?
He did.
He did. So I was like, an app date. And James was like, I don't know how I feel about the fact that he thought like that.
Yeah. I wasn't sure.
Yeah. So I was like, James, he probably thought it was like, I don't know, a hookup dating website. Look how I'm dressed. He possibly thought that I was an escort and said dating app just to be nice. But of course, somebody always has to be the fucking victim.
See,
he has to play the victim card every single time.
Now you tell me if you think there's any way I might be right about this. All right. I thought he meant, how in the world could this big fucking lump over here, me,
wow,
get someone like you in your cat suit, in your fine snatched body?
I did look snatched that night.
You did.
I mean, my titties was up high, my waist was snatched in, my booty looked good. I mean, I was a catch that night.
Everything was up and out.
Yeah, I should have had dinner by myself. I could have went home with a rich white man. Instead, I went home with a poor broke man.
Yeah, so I thought he just meant, how in the fuck could this guy get that girl? And tell me if you think there's any possibility he might have been onto something there.
I mean, you're technically asking people who listen to the show who are not going to send you an answer.
I would love an answer. I would.
Okay.
I would love to know. I would love to know, for all the listeners out there, if you send in your comment about whether or not you think producer James and Keisha are terribly mismatched.
Oh, I mean, my mom has said that we're to mismatch.
I want the public's opinion
Boy,
here.
oh boy, 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 oh boy. Here we go again. Him asking questions that he may not be prepared for the answers. That this is how feelings get hurt. I think you got enough of a response from that waiter.
That's just one, though. That's one sample.
Well, a whole bunch of other people had told me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So, if you're a friend of the Libra Lounge with Keisha, which I hope that you are, it is time for the gab.
We know she has a really big mouth, which sounds kind of dirty, and that's probably true too. Let's gossip. The Gab with Keisha.
All right. So, Janelle. Hi. You're both hi. I seen you out there with Keeper. That Janelle. Janelle. Oh my God. God, where's Barb? Where's Babs? We really need her to come and save her grandchildren because, we talked about a couple of weeks ago, Janelle took poor little Kaiser to go live with his grandmother in a totally different state, right? Because this bitch just cannot take care of her children. Well, the reasoning behind it was that Kaiser supposedly got caught vaping at school. And when he got in trouble, he said that his mom let him do it at home, which I totally believe. I believe this.
Totally.
I totally believe this. I believe this for two reasons. Well, three.
I believe she let him smoke crack.
Yeah, Janelle's a piece of shit mom. Number two, she keeps him high so he stays off her nerves, or he just does it so he can stay high so she's not getting on his nerves. Either way, I feel like the kid is fucking vaping at school. So she caught so much slack for her because she took poor Kaiser there under the guise that he was just going for a visit, not going to live there for the remainder of the school year.
She just basically abandoned him?
I mean, have you not seen the 16 and pregnant episode where we first learned about Janelle?
Oh, no, I don't put it past her. I'm just
yeah.
asking if that's what happened.
This is what happened.
It's not disbelief.
Right.
Janelle.
But she got so much flack for that, she went back and got Kaiser. Here's the thing. You can't flack me enough to go pick up a kid that I clearly don't want.
You're not going to make me feel bad.
You're not going to make me feel bad about this. Yeah. So she went back and got him. I'm thinking maybe MTV might have had something to do with that because rumor is that, she came back this season for Teen Mom and now she's gotten fired. I don't know why the whole show hasn't gotten fired at this point because it's just so boring and bad. So over the weekend, apparently, Jace, her oldest son, who she just got custody back of after
Decades?
14 years?
Yeah, for a while.
14 years.
Most of the kid's life, I think.
Yeah, the majority of his life. So she just got him back, right? They get into some explosive fight. He takes off. Apparently, he comes back. They really get into a fight. I think there was screaming, yelling, possibly things were thrown around. He takes off again, and she calls the police on him. Guess who just lost Jace again? Janelle.
Oh, wow.
I think he's being permanently removed from her care.
Well, good.
I don't know. This poor kid's fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's in a new state because, of course, she moved to Las Vegas, chasing dick.
Oh, shit.
But yeah. And what every fucking reality TV star thinks they're going to do when they go to Vegas, they think they're going to open up a dispensary. Like, that shit's not that easy to do, like the way that they make it seem.
No, and there's a lot of competition. You got to have money to start up. Like, it's rough out there.
I mean, I feel like if I'm in Vegas and there's a line of celebrity weed, I've got Snoop Dogg right here. I've got Big Frida's line right here. I've got some porn star chicks line right there. Then I've got Janelle Evans over here. I just feel like, if they were giving her shit away for free, I would walk out of there with it. But otherwise, why the fuck would I take Janelle's fucking brand of weed?
Brand of anything, let's be honest.
I'd be too afraid that she fucking breathe on it. I'd become a fucking loser like her and be like, I don't want my kid anymore. Fuck those kids. The name of her brand should be Fuck Them Kids.
Fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids. And maybe she should do that. I'm sure there's plenty of people in Las Vegas that are there and they're like, fuck them kids. I'm moving to Vegas. So I feel so bad for this child because I wonder how he must feel. This parent has never wanted him. But she only fought to get custody of Jace to piss off her mom.
I believe that.
Yeah, and here we go. Poor little Jace. I'm like, why is Dad not in school? Like, does he go to Does it go to school? I don't know. But
We'll
speaking
see.
of,
We'll see him on charges at some point. I'm sure.
I know.
Hate to say it, but
I know.
you know.
I know. I don't always agree with you, but I think I might agree with you on this one.
I think this is how Bam Margera started, perhaps.
No, because Bam's parents actually gave a fuck about him.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah,
They,
good point.
they even let him live in the house as an adult. He's just
Oh,
fucked
yeah.
up and on drugs and shit.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Fair
know.
enough.
I mean, Bam's dad still let him live in the house with them after he put a fucking alligator in their kitchen.
Good old Phil.
I think they love their son. You know what I mean? And
Legitimately.
legitimately, they love their kid. He's just a total fuck up. So, speaking of kids,
Fucked up parents.
and fucked up parenting. So apparently, P Diddy's kids, I think they're the sons. Their names are Christian,
Ugh.
Christian,
That's so ironic.
Quincy. What's the other one? It's the one that
Quickie?
looks. No, I can't. I'm sure someone's like screaming
Oh, I'm sure.
at their phones right now. But whatever, Diddy's fucking kids. We don't need to know their names. I think it's that damn one that I can't remember his name. He's the one that looks Justin. That's
Oh,
what,
okay.
So
Well, there's
they're
King,
Quincy.
Justin, Jesse James, Chance.
Those are you naming some girls in there too.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Here's the boys. Gotcha.
Yeah. So
Got 7 kids. Damn.
yeah, because all the other ones he did up the butt. That's why he
Now
needed
that's
so much
birth
baby
control,
oil.
folks.
Yes, just to do it up the butt. So apparently there was some big industry Halloween gathering this weekend, and his boys were there. Which I'm like, y'all probably need to stay low and be at home. What the fuck y'all doing out partying? Have you not heard your dad's charges? Like, stay home. So they're there, and so is singer Ray J, who has gone on some interviews, and I mean, to me, he was talking about Diddy, but I feel like he was telling the truth about Diddy.
I feel like everybody's talking about Diddy.
Yeah. So for some reason, I guess because they were close at one point, his boys were really, really upset, right? So Ray J is walking out of the party. He's with Amber fucking Rose, somebody else. Like, I mean, I guess maybe it was a black people who support Trump rally going on inside of there because he wants to vote for Trump, and so does stupid ass Amber Rose. So they're coming out, and Diddy's 3 boys, start sizing up Ray J, saying, we heard you've been talking shit, this, and that. Here's the thing. Have y'all seen how small Ray J is?
Well, I've seen how small he is in height.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay.
Small motherfuckers
I saw
don't
that
leave.
tape.
Small. Well, no. Yeah. Little bitty motherfuckers, they always are strapped because they really can't fight all that much.
That's true.
They know there's a possibility that someone tries to fight them and that other person is going to pick them up. I bet Kevin Hart probably has like 10 guns on
Like
him
an
at all times.
AK-47?
Yeah, like you're not going to just fucking pick me up. So they're sizing each other up, and their chest bumping and shit like that. To me, that's motherfuckers who really don't want to fight.
They prison dancing.
Yeah, that's like, why are you, what? Or are we breakdancing? Is it going to be that kind of fight, or are we really fight? Okay. Then come to find out, this is like the 3rd altercation.
Oh, shit.
This is the 3rd time they've run into Ray J and tried to fight. Okay, wait. It's not going to take me 3 times to try to fight somebody. Not to mention, it's 3 of y'all, and it's 1 of little bitty ass Ray J. So what is really the problem? Just say, we want to shit. You talked about our daddy. Don't talk about our daddy, Ray J. Ray J, don't be talking about our dad. Just say that and be done with it. Why are you trying to act? Here's the thing. None of these motherfuckers are really gangster. Okay? Like, I don't think Diddy really taught his sons how to be gangsters. Now, he taught them a lot about sex trafficking, baby oil investments, and things like that. I don't think he really taught them how to be gangsters. Proof right here, they fucking are chest bumping someone. What? Who does that?
Am I reading this story right? That the fight was actually broken up by Chris Brown? What?
Now things are bad when Chris Brown
Comes and stops a fight.
has to jump out of his vehicle to stop a fight.
Oh, wow.
So you mean to tell me one man could break up a fight against 4 other people? I could have done that because they weren't trying to fight. You know, I mean, there was nobody got a scratch mark. No one was thrown on the ground. Police wasn't. Anytime you see 4 black men get into a fight, somebody's going to call the police. Because you know what? People are going to think guns are going to come out.
Right.
There was no threat of this. These are rich people.
These are rich black
These
folks.
are rich black people who know nothing of the street life, okay? Now, if you get Suge Knight,
Yeah, different
that's
story.
a different story.
Yeah.
It's like, everybody retreat back in. We are on fucking lockdown right now. Suge Knight's trying to, you know that there's going to be guns ablazing and shit like that. But these are just rich, I mean, Diddy's kids grew up as rich kids.
Yeah, they're like Will Smith's kids. The same kind
Exactly.
of- yeah.
They are industry
Hollywood
babies.
kids.
They're Hollywood kids. Look how smooth their skin is. Those kids have good skin. They've got good skin. They've got nice clothes. They've got nice hair. They know nothing of a thug life. Period. Point blank. So, I thought that was pretty funny.
Well,
Right.
think about it like this. At least now, with all those people in one place, you've got a diss track, you got a beef all at one time.
Yeah, and you know Chris Brown likes to fight. I mean, mostly women.
Well,
but
that's not a fight.
That's
That's an assault.
a man fight is really not what he. That's
No,
not
that's
really
not
why
what-
he
not what
came
he's
to the
known for.
party.
No.
Now you talk about beating up women. Chris Brown would be like,
He's all.
maybe I'll stick around a little bit longer, guy.
Did I hear woman?
Did you
beating?
hear female? Will there be baby all as well? Help that fucking punch, that left hook go around a little smoother. You know what I mean? So, anywho, Todd Chrisley done lost his job in prison.
And we hadn't talked about Todd in a while.
You know, I'll tell you what.
He was
You
just
know, I
screwing.
love Todd.
Yep.
I love Todd. I was very, very, very upset when he and Julie went to prison. I did not like that. They fucked up, you know, the show. But then Savannah Chrisley,
She kind of spilled it, didn't she?
she really fucked the family.
Yeah.
I mean, Todd had every black person saying, free Unc. Uncle Todd needs to come out.
He's getting that R. Kelly treatment.
Todd Chrisley not safe. God save Todd. You had every black person in America's on your side. And then Savannah Chrisley fucking goes to the what is it, the RNC?
Oh, yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
Promoting Trump,
Oh, yeah.
really showing her white privilege.
Showing her white ass.
Yeah. I'm like, how do you get the dumbest bitch in? This is how I know Trump was kind of desperate. How do you get the dumbest person out of the Chrisley family? And we're talking about Chrisley has one child that fucking was a drug addict. But I think he's probably smarter than Savannah. To get up there saying that her parents deserve to be released because their crimes were, what was it, blue collar crimes?
White collar.
White collar crimes.
Right.
Yeah, but they really fucked some shit up right there. You know what I mean? It was this, I'm better than, I got blonde hair, blue eyes, set my parents free. Which, you know what? If my parents got arrested, I would say the same thing.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't do it at a Trump rally. That's where she
True.
really fucked up at.
Yep.
It's like, Savannah,
Not messaged.
there's a time and a place. And that wasn't the right time. You know you got black people looking at you side eyes and like, Well, the Chrisleys are no longer invited to the cookout. They have officially been disinvited permanently. You know, there was a point where there was talk about Julie being resentenced. I don't even think that's a go anymore.
I don't know.
And so Todd Chrisley gets fired from his little prison job. I can't remember what his job was. I know he was working next to like the prison chaplain or something like that.
I think he was in like a drug assistance program.
Maybe something like that.
Yeah.
But he lost his job for...
No, it was a chaplain role. Yeah.
Okay, so Todd lost his job for talking too much. Well, what
It's
did you
Todd
think it was Todd Chrisley?
What else does
What
he
did you
do?
think he was going? Have you not seen his show? That's all this motherfucker does is have smooth skin, get massages, thinks about men, and he talks. That is what Todd Chrisley. That's why we love him.
Did you say thinks about men?
Yeah.
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 I'd have thought he would have enjoyed prison for that reason.
I think he's doing okay.
Maybe so.
I think Todd. Look, Julie can cook. So we know she's doing okay in prison.
Oh yeah.
Todd has the gift of gab, and I think that Todd's okay with being around men. So
Well,
I
sure.
think he's he obviously he was thriving too well at prison because he got fired from his job for talking too much. I don't even blame Todd in this situation. I'm like, what did you think that he was going? What did you think he was going to do? Like, I don't know. Do yoga classes? Do like we're going to have silent classes? I mean, it's fucking Todd Chrisley, but I guess he was preventing others from doing their jobs. Yeah, it's Todd. Like, if you want Todd Chrisley to be quiet, you put him in solitary confinement. And I still feel like he's going to be passing
He's not going to
notes.
be quiet.
I think he's going to still be passing notes and all kinds of shit. So that's all that I've really heard about the Chrisleys. I don't think that they're going to have the situation where they're going to get resentenced and get out early.
Well, it looks like Julie got resentenced to 7 years in prison. So I think they were pissed off because they didn't lower her sentence because of her being a celebrity. Looks like.
Yeah, I mean,
she's 7 years, and they resentenced her to 7 years.
see, it's one of those times where you're like, shit is bad. Let me not make it worse. Once again, here it is. Let me ask a question that I may not like the answer to. And here's a prime example of it. Yep. And it sucks. But this is just like, the Real Housewives. They get on these shows pretending to be richer than they are. Mm-hmm. And they start faking like they have money. They do bank fraud. And then they get caught. You know why they get caught? Because they're fucking on TV.
Well, yeah, everybody starts watching. Like you start drawing attention to yourself.
Yeah. The last thing you need if you're doing bank fraud is to be on television showcasing how fucking rich you are, and you don't have a job.
Right.
That shit is highly suspicious. It's like, okay.
All it does is create questions. Period.
Yeah. I mean, because I wonder what kind of gig they got.
Well,
and now we know what kind of gig they got. It's like, okay, I'll just sit over here in the corner and say black and poor and unfamous and
out of jail
and keep my ass out of prison. Okay, when we get back from this break, we're going to talk Kim Zolciak, Kale Lowry, and a little bit of Ryan Murphy. Welcome back to the Libra Lounge with Keisha podcast. I hope you guys are following us on Instagram and on Facebook. And make sure you subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, Amazon Music, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify. Hey, look, I had it this time.
You're good.
Yes.
Way to go.
And if you enjoy hearing me, you can catch me every Monday on Pink Shape Podcast. We are currently breaking down Life After Lockup, and we are also wrapping up Love is Blind on Pink Shade Prime. That is the $10 level. Boys and girls, let me tell you, be glad that we were on a break because producer James did some stupid shit. Oh. I don't know if he's trying to make me fire him. Because I feel like if I fire him from this position, his feelings are going to be really, really hurt, and it's going to cause chaos within the household. But then he says really stupid shit. Prime example, we were on break. I was like, give me a second. Let me sniff. Let me clear my throat. So what does he say in response? Let me clear my throat. No. He's never heard the full version of that song.
Yes, I have.
No, you haven't.
I can't sing it, but I've heard the full version.
You've never heard the full version of that song from start to finish. You can't convince me otherwise. You haven't. You simply know the hook. That's it. That's it. He tried to do a jig and couldn't even jig on beat. You know why? Because he's never heard the version of that whole song. Plus, he's white and he can't fight. Can't dance. He just cannot dance. So I was telling producer James that I have been, I love a good Ryan Murphy show. Okay. I'm talking about American Horror Stories. Right now I'm watching Grotesquerie, and I'm also watching, what is it? What is the official title of it? Is it American,
this is the Aaron Hernandez
This is
one?
the Aaron, but it has a different title. It's like American Sports Star or something like that, where I guess he's going to have these shows where he's talking about
American Sports Story.
American Sports Story, Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah.
So, Aaron Hernandez, that's a great story. I've watched many documentaries about it. So when I heard that Ryan Murphy had created this show, I'm like, oh shit, You got Aaron Hernandez and his fine ass. Then you got Ryan Murphy. I am going to watch. But here's the thing that I had to explain to producer James. It doesn't matter who you are. If you are part of anything having to do with Ryan Murphy, he gonna make you gay. You could be straighter than a pair of starch jeans fresh out the cleaners. He's gonna make you gay, okay? We are probably on the 6th episode of the Aaron Hernandez story, and I'm fucking wondering, did he even play football? Because all I have seen him do is suck dick and fuck ass. That's it. I'm like, well, where the football at? Did he get the concussion because the dick went to the back of his head? Is that why he got that little football disease? Because this is a lot of secret rendezvous. What team did he play for? I don't even fucking know.
Both teams.
Both, exactly.
Teams.
I'm like, Ryan, are we gonna get some field action? We're getting a lot of behind the scenes action. I'm like, we only have what? Huh? Because all this motherfucker does is smoke weed and fuck dudes. That's it. He fucked dudes in high school. He fucked a trainer. I mean, he's on fucking gay websites. Look, we heard the rumors swirl around about Aaron Hernandez liking men. And we were okay with just that.
Just a rumor.
But oh no.
Oh no.
If you get fucking Ryan Murphy an inch, he gonna give you a full size dick. We seen dicks. I mean, they have even fucking there's nothing they don't say or do on a Ryan Murphy show. I'm just like, well, how did he make his money? Because what?
I don't know if I can laugh any harder at all he did was suck dick and fuck ass.
That's all I've seen. We have seen him kiss a girl who he's engaged to.
Yeah.
We've seen no sex scenes with her. We have really not seen any really heavy sexual advances towards her. All of a sudden, she just showed up pregnant.
Yeah, it's like a kiss on the cheek. That's about it.
I'm like, did he fuck her one time to prove to someone that he wasn't gay?
Off camera.
I don't. This has been more can we get back to the killing?
First time I've heard anybody say, "Hey, can we just get back to the killing?"
Here's the thing. He tried to kill this guy. We've all heard the story, right? So he's running from this guy, but he's running to more dick.
I'm seeing a pattern here.
I'm like, okay, you know this guy who you shot his eyeball out. You are deathly afraid of this guy coming to kill you and your family, but you're not too afraid to sneak out to meet your gay lover. I'm confused. Ron Murphy, you be on some total bullshit, and I like it. I mean, Ryan Murphy even took the Menendez brothers story, which had no gayness to it at all.
He sprinkled in.
But Ryan Murphy's like, I'm gonna sprinkle y'all with a little gay.
I'm gonna throw a little sparkle.
This
in here.
shit may not be true, but you know what? If I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle it with a little gay, I'm gonna go ahead and add a little incest onto it too. Cause Ryan Murphy loves the fucking
loves gay, loves incest.
He does.
Kind of, sort of. I mean,
and I like it when he does it because it's so highly entertaining. Because, right when you think you know something, Ryan gonna make you think, well, I wonder, is that fucking true? You know what? I think I did see the Menendez brothers one time at a party making out with one another. I wasn't there, but I think I was there, and I think that's what I fucking saw. Ron, you on to something. He's going to do it. I don't care. You could be as vanilla as a fucking vanilla ice cream cone melting in the summer sun. You're going to be gay by the time Ryan Murphy is done with you. You're going to have to go to a therapist to remind you that you're really not gay. Ron Murphy will convince a person that they are just a little bit gay. That's just what Ron Murphy does, and no one sues him for it. So, I mean, yeah. So, I mean, I just, this is how I feel. Ron, you have proven to us Aaron is gay. Aaron is real gay. We got it, Ron. Can we just see maybe one more time, just one more time of him playing football? Maybe just show us that one hit that really, really caused whatever that brain football player disease is that makes them all fucked up and shit, and they have to donate their brains to science so science can prove how, maybe motherfuckers shouldn't be hitting up each other like on the head and in helmets and shit. Maybe it's not really good for health because it causes you to be murderous and suicidal.
And apparently gay.
And a little bit gay.
And a little bit gay.
It can knock a little gay in you.
Yeah.
So,
CTE can cause a little bit of gay.
yeah, I just want to see one more. I want to see why Aaron Hernandez was great. We know he was big and we know he was fast. In the bedroom, as you have proven to us, Ron Murphy, he's big and fast in the bedroom. We get that, Ron. But can we get just a little bit of him? I feel like we're coming down to the final couple of episodes. Can you please show us him playing football one more time? Can you please prove to us why he got a $40 million deal playing for whatever team it was? I don't know, because all I saw him was playing on the team of men. That's all I know. I can't remember if it was the Patriots. I feel like if there's a Aaron Hernandez story, I should walk out knowing the teams that he played for, but I can tell you the name of his gay lover. That's what's really fucking important right there. Yeah. So, but the show is really, really good. Like, because Ron Murphy shows are not ever bad. It's just you stand the risk of your sexuality, being questioned a little bit. But here's the thing. I have yet to hear Aaron Hernandez's family come out and say, Ryan Murphy's lying. They have not done that at all. So, anywho, I'm going to skip this story because it's just a stupid story. I was going to talk about this one girl who's on TikTok because she's a black child who was raised by a gay white man with like one arm in Vidor, Texas, and she thought she was white.
How do you skip that one? I mean, we just talked about Aaron Hernandez sucking dick and fucking ass, and you're going to skip this one?
Well, because I'm going to skip it because it's so fucking stupid, because I hate whenever, like, there is, like, and granted, she was mixed race, but it is always the mixed race kid who has the blackest hair that is like, I didn't know I was black till I was 27. Do you not have color television? And when I say color television, I mean as in color where there's black people on there. Us in color. All shades, sizes.
Not color TV.
Hair color textures. TV. And you didn't identify with any of us. And it didn't make you question how the fact that you turned blue-black in the summertime and no one else in your household did, and your hair never got really straight. That's why I'm skipping it. Because it's just stupid. You know what I mean? That's why. But I mean, the story is quite fascinating. I can't remember her name. She's on TikTok. Just put in the search engine, black girl raised as white in Vidor, Texas by gay dude. And you'll find it. Cool. Fascinating story. I'm glad she now knows that she's black. That's what's important. So Cal Lowry from 16 and Pregnant, Teen Mom, the girl, 14 kids, 13 baby daddies, who's got all these podcasts, who's kind of really a fucking horrible person when you really dig down deep and look at her for who she is. She's kind of narcissistic. I don't know. So she had this really successful podcast with her first baby daddy's wife, V. Like, they've won all kinds of podcasting awards and this, and that. So the show is really about both of them being very transparent about their lives, co-parenting, this, and that. But I think over the years, Kel has gone too far and has really talked a lot of shit about Joe, who is her oldest son, Isaac's dad, who is also her co-host V's husband. They're still happily married.
Oh, really?
You can only talk about somebody's husband being a piece of shit in your world to that person so many times.
Right. And you probably shouldn't build a career off of it.
And has made a lot of money off of it. Yeah. You can't on every episode say, yeah, let's do a commercial for the Rose, the vibrator. Let's talk about masturbation, because we all know that Kel loves her sex toys, okay?
Yep.
But we're going to end each show with me talking shit about Joe, your husband, who's also my kid's dad. Bitch, we finna to be fighting after every episode. Like, I'm going to be throwing hands. And I think that V got to the point where I can't do this anymore. Like, you are talking about a husband. I feel like if we could come to like a boundary about that. Joe has a big head. Okay, let's talk about that. Joe has gained weight. Okay, we can talk about that. Joe looks a little bit tired. Yeah, we could talk about that. But you cannot say he's a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit. He's a fat piece of shit. He's an ugly old fat piece of looking shit who doesn't really like. You can't do all of that. You can't tell me how Joe used to fuck me in the ass and it was really, really bad. Because you know why?
That's my husband.
That's my fucking husband. Like, currently, not separated, sharing a bedroom together. We also share a child together. So, Kara released a statement saying that she's always, the concept of her show is her being totally transparent about her whole entire life. Bitch, didn't you had a whole fucking man that you had 2 kids by from all of us? You weren't very transparent when you did that. Bitch, didn't you hide a whole twin pregnancy away from us? That wasn't very transparent. Bitch, did you not even tell us those kids' names? Bitch, didn't you wait till almost a year before you showed us those kids' faces? Where's the transparency in that?
I love when you do lists.
Oh, I love a good list.
I
love lists. I really, really, I do love it. There's something about a good list. I don't know what it is. It almost turns me on. It gets me hyped up. You know what it does? You know how when I drink a glass of Prosecco and I get litty? That's how I feel when I'm rambling off a list. I don't know. I will ramble off a list like a Karen talking about why black people shouldn't be allowed at the pool during summertime with all the white kids. Oh, I love a list. It fucking makes me feel powerful to do a list. And here's the thing about my list. I don't list the list prior to giving the list. The list just starts with one thing, and I keep going on and on because as I list, when I list 2 things, my memory kicks in.
Right.
And it comes in like a big wave. A big wave. And I feel like I'm surfing. I feel like, you know what? I'm going to ride this wave, that wave too. A list does something to me. It turns me on. It does. Now, producer James, don't get ahead of yourself. You cannot make a list and think things are going down tonight. I turn myself on with my list. I make myself laugh. I like me when I'm listing things off. Like, that is like one of the better versions of myself.
I just love it because you get into that like rhythm of bitch, bitch. It's just so.
Yeah, it just. I remember one time I think I was doing Pink Shade, and this guy said, "Oh, that girl is my muffin." I said, "I don't want to be a poppy seed muffin, a pumpkin muffin, apple cider vinegar muffin, blueberry muffin. I don't care, chocolate chip muffin. No man is ever to call me a fucking muffin."
You went full Bubba Gump.
I named every kind of fucking muffin that I could. I love a good list. So, I'm going to finish this segment off with more these fucking stupid ass 16 and pregnant teen mom people, okay?
Like they weren't going to be fucking stupid as adults. I mean,
what
hope did you have for them? Really?
Yeah.
Because they're meeting my expectations perfectly.
All they did was take the trashiest fucking kids, give them money, and they became trashy ass horrible adults.
Gave them no help.
Who have TV shows.
Right.
Yeah. So Caitlyn and Tyler. No, Tyler has really been in the gym. I think he's in the gym more so for 2 reasons, and I'll get to those reasons in a second. But his wife, Caitlyn, who most definitely doesn't go with him to the gym. And whatever diet plan that he's been following, she has chosen to refrain from doing that. And you do you, boo. That's fine. You do that, okay? Because, she's all about trauma bonding with anyone she could trauma bond with, okay? She always, he has an OnlyFans because, I've seen the gray sweatpants photos and, he seems to be packing. It's like, okay, I ain't mad at you, right? So he has his OnlyFans and Caitlin takes all the pictures. So they're really thirst trap pictures. And she just recently, shared a new one, right? Saying how good he looks. Now, mind you, she posts all these pictures of him straight out the gym, sweaty, looking good, saying how good her man looks. He never posts anything about her. Because what is he going to say? My wife had therapy for the 13th time in one day. My wife is over there crying on the couch. I don't even know what the reason is right now. But yeah. So I want to tell Caitlin, I feel like Tyler's going to the gym for 2 reasons. To look good. That's one. The second is he's looking good so he could find himself a man. Because that's what Tyler really wants more than anything in life. Tyler's waiting for Ryan Murphy to do a story about him so he can be gay. Because I think he really is gay. That's just what I think that he is.
Okay.
He knows he can't leave you because every time he tries to leave you, you threaten to do something to yourself. And I'm just like, let that boy be gay and free. Just let him do it. You know what I mean? I think they only have sex. Every time they have sex, they have a kid. I think that is the only time that Tyler and Caitlin have sex. I feel like that man is just trapped with her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can believe that.
Yeah, I think he just feels trapped. He's like, I can't do drugs because I got to be there for my kids. Can't leave my fucking kids in the house with this crazy ass bitch. I'm just trapped. Let me work out at the gym, dream about guys, and do my OnlyFans. That's it. Okay, when we get back from this break, we're going to have a recap of 1,000 Pound Sisters. And we're back. So during that small break, producer Jace was actually being a producer. So he looked up some of Tyler's pictures, and unfortunately, he found a picture of Tyler bent over showing his balls and asshole. So which I had to reach over and look and see the picture of the balls and assholes. So that asshole's been touched. That's all I got to say.
It's a full fruit basket.
I feel like Tyler is practicing for that Ryan Murphy documentary. He's ready, okay? He is most definitely ready. So, 1,000 Pound Sisters has been one of my favorite shows for years. But I'm starting to think, have they kind of run their course? Because these bitches are being a little bit too goddamn serious. At this point, Amy and her cocked eye are really, she's carrying the whole show on her blindness. Like, she really is. Why are you letting this blind girl take all the weight of all of y'all's asses and put it on her? Because y'all are not being that funny.
They're really not this time.
They're not being that funny. So, now the whole family is going to go see Dr. Proctor, all right? Amy's going for the first time. They're all doing a weigh-in. And here's the thing. When I go for any kind of a weigh-in, I pretty much know what I've done. I know if I've lost some weight. I know if I gained some weight. As a matter of fact, before I get on the scale, I'm going to tell the doctor what I did. I ain't did right. I gained a few pounds. Or I'll say, bitch, put me on here because look what I did. I know I've lost weight. So all of them go to Dr. Proctor knowing that the majority of them have not done right at all. All right.
They all want skin removal, right?
Yeah. So I don't know what book they have been reading. Okay. Because I feel, besides cookbooks, okay?
Sorry.
Besides cookbooks, because they don't get the concept of skin remover surgery. So let me break it down to you. Skin remover surgery is for when you have gotten to or as close to your goal weight, not the goal that you have set. It's the goal that the bariatric surgeon has set for you to make sure that your BMI is right, you're healthy. Skin removal surgery is not for you to say, I've got all this loose skin. Well, bitch, that's what happens when you lose weight.
Yeah.
But you still are not near your goal. I feel like they think in their heads, their fucking country bunking from Kentucky brains, that if they get skin removal surgery, that's going to make them lose the rest of the weight.
Or that is the rest of the weight to lose. Because I heard one of them. I heard. I think it was Amy. Is like, well, if you just cut this off of me, there's your 30 pounds right there.
You don't have 30 pounds of that's. Tammy may have 30 pounds.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying.
Amy,
that's what I heard. Yeah.
But here's the thing. Even though Tammy has lost 400 pounds, she's still got probably a good 150 to go.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're just going to have to figure out how you're going to harpoon some of that weight, pull it up, pull it back, get somebody to help you cover it up, pull it up. You know, you got to do what you got to do. Why would you get skin removal surgery and you still weigh 300 pounds?
Because they're tired of looking like that. I mean, I guess I can understand it because you hauling around that kind of skin.
I feel like a person that weighs 700 pounds shouldn't be tired of the way they look at 300 pounds.
That's true.
I feel like, do you not remember when you looked like that and you had an oxygen tank?
They should wake up every morning just going, thank you.
Where you had to have pee-pee pads on the floor? Be grateful for where you are now. I get it. You want the skin removal surgery, but do you really want to stay 300 pounds?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not.
Well, I think they also think that they can just do it multiple times. Like you take a little skin off, you come back, take a little more.
Well, in Tammy's case, that is what's going to happen.
Oh, wait, because she's
there's just no way that
you can't cut somebody that much.
No. When you get Chris, who has completely plateaued, and is in complete denial, he's in such denial that he has plateaued, he was willing to tell a fucking scale that it was lying.
I don't know what's wrong with this scale.
Nothing. The scale is a truth teller, okay? A man will lie to you, a woman will lie to you. A scale will always tell you exactly the truth, okay? So he has plateaued. You know what? I said they were going to see Dr. Proctor. They're seeing Dr. Smith. My mistake.
Oh, who's Dr. Proctor?
That's on 1,000-Pound Best Friends.
Oh,
they're all
right.
going.
Oh,
yeah.
But didn't they see?
Yeah, they did. Remember, Amy got her
surgery.
surgery through Dr. Proctor.
Oh, okay.
Dr. Proctor kicked Tammy out of his program.
Right.
And had to go, that's when she had to go find Dr. Smith. So now Amy is seeing Dr. Smith. I think it's a lot closer, and it's just more convenient for them all to caravan together and go see one doctor. So Chris is in denial. Dr. Smith is saying, yeah, look, I'm frustrated with you. You need to drop another 50 pounds before you can even think about getting skin removal surgery. And, and I'm not a man. But I can imagine as a man, you went from having titties to saggy titties. That cannot make a man feel well at all.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. So I get he wants to have it, but it's like, okay, push a little bit more and you can get to where you want to be. Missy has done great. I don't think she has a need to have skin removal surgery. And she goes, the little fupa that I have, I'm happy with that. Because you know what? I'm not diabetic anymore.
Yeah.
I did this really for my health. You've got Amy Amy is just Amy. She literally thought she was going to walk in the office and he was going to give her skin removal surgery that day.
Like in the office.
In the
right
office,
there.
he was going to say, you're approved, take it to the back. I'm like, bitch, you ain't have no bad pat. You don't know who's going to take care of your kids. You really thought that him seeing you for the very first time was going to tell you you're getting skin removal surgery. Okay, that's just not how that's going to go. But before they went off to do this, Amy and Tammy both went in to get a makeover. Mm-hmm. Much needed makeovers, all right?
Yeah.
So I don't know who this little mulatto looking girl is that I guess she does everybody's hair in this little part of Kentucky, but she hooked them up as much as you can hook up Tammy and Amy. Okay. So Amy was, you can tell that she was having issues. She was balding in certain areas. And I really was like, I don't know what she's going to do. So I don't know what kind of voodoo or conjuring that she went back there and did, but she gave, Tammy a really good hair color. She cut her hair where you couldn't tell the bald spots were bald spots. She also did Amy's hair. Amy doesn't like to have normal colored hair. She likes being said black sheep. All right. So she went from this like I don't even know what shade of blue that is, to like a light mermaid turquoisey kind of colored hair. All right. So they got their hair done, their makeup done, and they, decided what clothes the other one was going to wear and all this, and that. Unfortunately, it was like Cinderella's fairy godmother gave them the fairy dust, and it only lasted 24 hours. Because the next day, that makeover said, "Find me." It was just completely fucking gone. So, Amy is living in Amanda's house, which Amanda's just a fucking bitch, man. She's just a big bitch.
Yeah.
She's mean-spirited. I don't really know what the deal is. She hasn't lost any weight. I don't know if she's jealous at her sibling's success. I don't know. Well, when you get weight loss surgery and you lose 30 pounds and you just immediately start chasing dick, you're not concentrating on your weight loss. You're chasing dick. Then you start dating a Puerto Rican bitch. You're going to be eating. Like, you get to your goal weight and you decide that you're going to date a Puerto Rican guy. Because, that's rice and beans right there. Puerto Ricans, they have all the fucking good food, okay? Yep. And every time I saw on TikTok, they were eating. I'm like, that's not going to go over well. So they all meet up over at Amanda's house because she fucking got her ass on a swing set, decided to jump off, and she fucking broke her knee or some shit like that. I tell you what, even when I was a kid, I was so cautious as a child that even no matter how high, because I didn't even allow myself to swing that high, I waited until the swing was completely stopped and I hopped off. I never jumped off a swing. Kids do go real high, and then I didn't even do that. So why would she think that her at 300 pounds, the bitch is like 7'4", it was a good idea for you to even be on a swing set? Like, bitch, we're at the age now, we do sex swings. We don't do at the park swing shit. We push the kids. That's what our jobs are now. So she's angry about that. To me, she's blaming that on the fact that she hasn't lost weight. Well, you can still lose weight and be kind of inactive if you eat right. You can still lose some weight. I just don't think that's what she's been doing. So they all meet up over at Amanda's house, and she suggests, because Chris, said, I'm going to get all of us a membership to the gym. We could all start going back to work out. Well, I don't know if Chris was privy to last season and what happened when they all decided to go to the gym with one another. You had one sister had a fucking total mental breakdown, fucking cried on the floor, and slammed y'all out of the slow closing van door. Did you not remember that, Chris? Because that's what happens when y'all go to the gym. So Amanda suggests that they have a friendly family competition to lose weight. Amy's not with that. She starts explaining herself and shit just goes down here because Amanda never wants anyone to go against what she says. Then, what does Amy do anytime there's any kind of friction? She cries and she runs off. Here we go. This blonde bitch is walking down the rural Kentucky street by herself.
Hoping she don't run into a ditch.
I'm like, where is your blind walking cane? I feel like where's your seeing eye dog at? Like, where are you like,
where are you going? Period.
Did she, I don't know, maybe she had like counted the steps, like if I count these I'm gonna go to the stop sign.
She can't count that fucking high.
I'm trying to be kind here. So that leads to but Amanda and Tammy getting into an altercation where she kicks Tammy out the house. And then she also kicks Tammy out of her other house, which is the house that Tammy's been living in.
You get kicked out of both
how
houses.
the fuck you get kicked out of two houses? Like, damn. So, Tammy's already been complaining that there's a lot of stuff that's wrong with the house that she's been living in. Amanda doesn't fix it up. Amanda's big ass boys. I don't know if you remember Fraggle Rock or not.
Yep.
So do you remember where they would go to that kind of, it was a far off land or like those big nose things with the long hair. I don't know what those creatures were. Well, that's what Amanda's sons look like.
They were called Grumpkins.
Well, they look like Grumpkins.
Yeah, they're Grumpkins.
Amanda gave birth to Brumpkins, okay?
Grumpkins.
Yeah, they're just big, goofy looking. I don't even know if these motherfuckers can talk. But they go over to Tammy's house. They eat all of her fucking food, break her shit. They broke a window, all kinds of shit. And Amanda just lets them do that because it's her house, even though Tammy is probably paying rent over there. So they get into a fight. Amy's mad at Amanda. Tammy's mad at Amanda. They're both sitting in a fucking. They're fucking both sitting at the van that neither one of them can drive, upset, waiting for someone who can drive to come drive them both home. Okay? So, Amy, you know how Amy is. She'll be mad, then she'll get upset, and then she had the brilliant idea to get back in right with her sister Amanda and possibly kill some family members. She's going to make a white chocolate shrimp Alfredo.
Why does none of that sound good at all?
It could, let's just say it tastes good. Let's just say it tastes good.
It's giving it a lot.
The way that she was preparing it did not look good. She had slap your mama seasoning in it. She had Tony Chachere's in it. She had salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder. She had, what is that? Adobo. What is that seasoning? It's like a Spanish seasoning. Adobo. She had that. I feel like just that those seasonings don't go well with chocolate, and then you add seafood.
No, chocolate and seafood don't go together.
It makes my stomach feel like it's going to bubble a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. So she prepares this meal. She tells Tammy, I want you to taste this. It would mean the world to me for you to taste this. And then the bitch starts crying. So what do? You've got a half-blind woman crying over fucking white chocolate shrimp Alfredo. You say, well, I guess I can risk a little bit of food poisoning by tasting this said food. So, Tammy tasted it. She was like, it's not half bad. I don't like it when a person says it's not half bad.
It also means it's not
because it also means it's not half good as well. Exactly. You know what I mean? and Amy's kitchen don't be looking that clean to me.
No. Nothing about them look clean.
It looks like a pack of cats lived on top of her stove.
Well, you remember when her and Michael moved out of their place?
You mean the Roach Motel?
Yeah, the Roach Motel.
Yeah. I haven't seen any roaches in this house, but you cannot live in a roach-infested house and move to a new house and not bring some of the roaches with you.
And not carry a couple of roaches.
Yeah, so I think the producer was like, you know what? She cried enough tears over the roach situation. We're not going to do her like that this season. So she then goes over to Amanda's house with her. I would rather you make me a white chocolate pudding. Okay?
That sounds more like normal.
And I'd rather you give me the noodles, the seasoning, and the shrimp. You don't even have to make me a sauce. But I would be okay with just eating that and then saving the sweet and savory for later.
For dessert?
Where
it belongs.
But here we go. She has this crippled woman who can't cook for herself.
She's been blind. She's been crippled.
Now, Amanda's the one who's crippled at this point. Yeah. And you have Amy and her cock eye staring at her, waiting for you to taste the food.
Staring at her and the wall at the same time.
Yeah. She has eyes everywhere. So Amanda tasted. It was a small taste. She closes the container back. She goes, that's slapping. To me, if something is slapping, that means my big ass fence to say, go give me a plate. And you know what? Bring me a bigger fork because I'm going to eat this shit. You can't convince me that tastes well. Now, someone did look up and see there really is a white chocolate Alfredo recipe out there. And you know what? It looked kind of good. You know why? Because it didn't have any of that shit that Amy put in hers in it. Yeah, there's actually...
Okay.
You see it?
No. Here's what I see.
Okay.
When I search white chocolate shrimp Alfredo, the first 25 results are, what the fuck did Amy just make on 1,000 Pound Sisters?
Well, because that's the newest search.
Okay, no. But I also, recipes, I don't see it on recipes.
Someone posted a recipe. It actually sounded kind of good.
Well, I'll tell you what, food.com don't have it, and that's a problem.
All righty. Maybe they only have it in Kentucky.
Well, okay. So here's a white chocolate Alfredo sauce.
Yes, not shrimp Alfredo.
Okay, yeah, this is white chocolate Alfredo sauce with lobster tails, but it's
Yeah,
two
maybe that's the one that I saw.
different things. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So there is a recipe out there. But
There is a recipe.
I don't think that Amy particularly followed that recipe or any recipe at all. I think she went to IBS.com.
IBS, like irritable bowel
Yeah.
syndrome.com. Went on the list of things not to eat and picked all those.
Yes. Because she said, if we're not going to exercise, at least we can shit. And I'm going to help my family out by making this recipe and sharing it with all of us. All right. So now Tammy is once again without a home. She got to be. Here's the thing. Here's two things about me. You never quit a job unless you have another job, and you never get kicked out of a house unless you've got another house lined up. All right.
Have a backup plan.
So now she's got 30 days to get out of Amanda's house. So Chris has bought this yellow house next door to his house that he plans on renovating and renting out. So he's like, you know what? Tammy can live here. Which his wife, Brittany, Brittany's face looks like a cream pie. She's not much to it. You know what I mean? I mean, a cream pie that ain't got like crust crumbles on it, ain't got no swirls on it.
Listen,
It's
one of those
just a
cream pies that
cream
gets thrown
pie.
in somebody's face.
That is what her
Yeah,
face
like a
is
prop
like. I
cream
mean,
pie.
there's just not much to it at all. But she actually frowned when she heard that Chris suggested that Tammy live next door to them. I think she said, why?
That's the first facial expression she's ever made on this show.
Other than like a smile, because she just
Yeah.
kind of goes with the flow with everything, right? So Chris takes us over to the yellow house. All right. So first of all, the carpet looks like someone fucking vomited and, baby shitted all over the floor. I think that carpet probably has lead in it. It's from the 70s. It looks that
Carpet
bad.
had lead.
Yeah. That carpet was when that time that, remember when our fucking parents didn't give a shit about us? They didn't put us in car seats. They gave us brandy for when we were fucking teething. They smoked cigarettes in front of us. They fucking put us in playgrounds with lead poisoning and shit like that. That's where that carpet came from. And there was a lawnmower in the living room.
Yeah, I saw that in the living
In the
room.
living room. Yeah.
Where there was no grass.
No. Yeah. The ceiling had several large patches of no ceiling.
Several large areas of no ceiling.
Of no ceiling. It looked like it's infested with something, but I just don't quite know what it's infested with.
I think everything.
I feel like
I'm going to say there's at least 4 different species of things infesting that house.
yeah, I think that this house is like, hey, I'm going to buy that piece of property. Unfortunately, there's a house on it, so I got to tear it down. But the property's good, and I'm going to build a whole new house. Like, I don't feel like the flooring could hold up all of the Slayton family in one room.
So I've only seen 1 or 2 of them at one time in there.
Yeah,
They all
because
come visit.
the wood probably has been termited to death. To death. I don't know, there's no such thing as termited, but that's how I envision it. I think termites have been paying rent there, and until someone decided to purchase it.
Yep.
So Chris has 2 weeks to by himself turn this all around. Chris, you work at McDonald's 6 days a week as a manager. How the fuck are you going to get this done in 2 weeks? So his suggestion is, well, Tammy, who at one point in time lived with me and I had to kick out, could come and live with me again with my wife, Brittany,
While I'm fixing
who doesn't even want her to live in the house next door to us. Yeah, how's that fucking going to work out?
It's not.
I don't think it's going to work out
Stay tuned.
at all. Stay tuned. Yes. All I know is that if the next episode ain't funny, they better get back to calling each other fat and ugly.
We got to take a step back.
Those were the good old days. But Tammy did say something pretty fucking funny. She goes, I don't know if a man is jealous of me because I lost all this weight, and she ain't the pretty sister anymore. Well, let me tell you something, Tammy. Pretty is a thing that was never found in your family.
Very relative.
No, I think it was the least of the less unfortunate looking. I think let's just stick with that right there.
It's kind of a best of the worst.
It's worst case scenario.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All these masks are pretty ugly, but I got to pick a mask. So I guess I'll pick that mask right there in the fucking middle with no teeth. You know what I mean? So
If you're going to have cancer, it's the kind of cancer you want to have.
that's that good cancer.
That's a good cancer.
I'll take that one. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
It's the Libra Lounge. The Libra Lounge. Ooh.